Yes. 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 This is like an experience. Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is savannahladell, and today's video we're gonna do my updated everyday makeup routine. The last time I did one was like when I first started my channel, so the quality and my technique has changed, so I thought why not sit down, do my makeup for the day, and also just film it. My routine is very simple. This is what I've been doing lately, trying to get out the door for work. If you're interested in seeing my everyday makeup routine, stay tuned. And make sure that you're subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell so that way you never miss another video from me. So I usually would color correct, but my skin has been doing really well as far as not having any acne, which I never really had issues with that, but I've had huge issues with hyperpigmentation, and I still have it. You can probably see I still have it, but it's not as bad. Plus today I'm going to be using a full coverage foundation, and I realized it covers my hyperpigmentation pretty well, so I'm going to go ahead and skip that step of color correcting. So I'm going to go ahead and start priming, and today I'm using the Milk Makeup Blur Stick Primer. I hope you guys can see this. It's the luminous one. So it's like, it makes your skin matte, but it also leaves it with a glow. So that's why I really like this, and it's easy. It's just in stick form, so I don't really have to mess around with squeezing anything. And I just like to rub it in, and then I'll go ahead and pat it in as well. Let me know down below if you guys would want to see my skincare routine, because I'll be happy to share that with you guys if you're interested. So next, I'm going to use a Real Technique sponge. This has been my go-to sponge lately. I haven't been using the Beauty Blender. I've also fallen in love with this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, but my friend Nadia was like, you have to try it. So I was like, okay. I love it. I love it. I've been using the shade Cappuccino. I kind of think it might be a little bit too dark for me, especially with it being like fall, winter right now. I feel like my skin's getting a little bit lighter, but my neck is pretty dark, and then my body is pretty light. So it's kind of tricky sometimes, but I kind of like being a little bit darker than lighter. I'm gonna start with 2 pumps and go from there. And I just like to dot it on my face. Okay, so here lately I've been using this concealer. Like, I love this concealer so much. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. It looks like this. I hope you guys can see it. This is in the shade C13. They're always sold out of it at my Ulta. But I really just love this because it gives really nice coverage. So I'm gonna go ahead and conceal and highlight a little bit. And I just do like the triangle underneath the eye. Put it on my nose a little bit, because that's gonna give your nose like a natural contour. Because I don't really like mess with my nose like that as far as contouring it. So I just put it up against there. And then I drag it down the bridge of my nose. That's a little crooked. And then I highlight my Cupid's bow. And then I don't cream contour just because I feel like it gets a little muddy and messy, and I don't have time for that. So if you put a little bit of the light shade right underneath where you would cream contour, it'll give, again, like a natural kind of effect. But you gotta make sure you blend everything out really well, or you could go out looking crazy. I'm just gonna blend everything out. I like to blend everything out and then I'll blend out my under eye concealer because I like to let it sit for a little bit. So yeah. So now my concealer is on and we're all highlighted. So now I'm gonna go into powder, and lately I've been using the Black Radiance loose setting powder. It's in the shade Banana, and I have lately just been getting my Real Technique sponge, dipping a little bit in there, dusting it off, and then try not to get any in my eye. But I just start putting the powder, just basically pressing it in, especially underneath my eyes because I don't want my concealer to crease. And then I'll put it on top of my eyes, I'll put it on my eyebrows, like just basically I really focus it on those areas that get really oily first, and then I put it on pretty much on my whole face to just set it all. I don't really like to bake because every time I've tried it, it's been an epic fail. It makes me look ashy and white. It just doesn't work for me. So I just like, lately I've been liking just doing it this way. Okay, so now it's time to do my brows. I don't really think my brows are that great, so I'm not gonna do them on camera. I don't really think anyone cares to see how I do my brows. It's the same thing, it's nothing special, and I don't think my brows are that amazing. So, but I do still want to show you guys what I use. I always use the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. This is what it looks like, and I'm in the shade number 4. This is like my favorite brow pencil so far. It's just what I use every time. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and do my brows off camera, and then I'll come back and we'll continue. Okay, so the next thing I do in my routine is I'll go ahead and put a little bit of eyeshadow on. Well, basically what I do is I go into my bronzer. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in the shade Mahogany. And I like, if it's just a quick, like, gotta get out the door, what I do, and it's cracked too. I feel so sad. I dropped it. But I've been using this brush from Morphe. It's the M532 brush, and I'll just take a little bit of the bronzer, and I'll basically just put it in my crease. Put it in the crease and then on the outer part of the eye, and that's literally all I do. And it just adds like a little, it basically kind of helps contour your eye, and then it just adds a little bit of dimension, a little bit of color, but nothing crazy. It really makes a huge difference, because when I don't do it, to me, I don't look as put together. And I like it because it's just super easy, and you don't have to be that like great at makeup. This is also, to me, a good routine for someone who's not that deep into makeup, and a lot of these steps you can skip, but just doing these little things I think will enhance your beauty even more. So, and I feel like that's the key, because like, you know, like YouTubers, like we do these dramatic looks, but I guarantee, I mean, some people, that's their daily look, but I guarantee you most of these people do not wear their makeup like that every day. Who has time for that on a daily basis? I don't. Okay, and that's it. I don't even know if you guys can like see a difference, but that's it. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and use that bronzer on my face. And wait, where's my brush? Here it is. I always use this Sephora Pro Contour brush. It is the number 79. I don't know if they still make it or if it's the same brush number, but this, I got it when I used to work at Sephora in my gratis, and you know, I've been using it ever since. So I just like to do a little dab into the bronzer, and I like to hold the brush far away so that way I don't, like, it doesn't look too harsh, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to go in too hard, and I'll fix my hair, but yeah. Just, this really helps because I have like a chubby face, so it just kind of helps snatch it up a little bit. And I'll put a little bit under, like whatever's left over on my brush underneath here, but I don't want to get too crazy. That's always my fear, like going in too hard and then like when you go out in public looking crazy and then like not knowing. That's like my fear. So I like to just, less is more sometimes, basically. What I like to do is go in with my wet sponge, damp sponge, and I'll just press it right into where I put the bronzer, just so it kind of helps blend it out a little bit better if it's just kind of sitting in one spot. That happens. But this kind of just really helps make it look more skin-like and natural. Now I'm going to go ahead and put on some blush. I grabbed, almost cussed. This one's broken and it just fell on my shirt. I'm so mad. Why? I grabbed this Morphe quad or trio, not quad. It's this blush trio. It's called Pop of Poppy. I've shown this probably in a lot of my videos. I'm gonna mix these. I'm gonna go into, you know what? I'm gonna use Risky. I never used that one. So I'm gonna use this lighter one since this is more of like a kind of everyday look. I just wanna see what it looks like. And basically just put it like right above where I put that bronzer. Just kind of like melt them in together. I'm using this Morphe M530 brush. I'm gonna dip a little bit of Provocative in there just to give it a little bit more color. And I'm using a really, really light hand. I know some people are afraid of blush just because you don't want to look like too, I get it, like it's kind of scary, but especially women of color, like a lot of us I noticed don't use blush, and I think we're just scared, like we don't want to look like a clown, and I get it, but it adds like just the best little, if you go in with a little bit and you go in with the right shade, it'll add like just a nice flush of color. Just, it really helps bring your makeup together, I feel like. But I get it, it's not for everyone, or everyone doesn't feel comfortable. I'm a blush for it. I will, man, I love blushing. Sometimes I go a little ham, but I love it. Okay. If you guys have been on my channel, you already know what highlight I'm about to use. ASMR. I love the Anastasia Beverly Hills Ombre highlight. I think it's just the perfect everyday highlight. Like, it's not too much. It's like just the right amount, because I feel like when highlighters first begun like getting really, really popular, we went ham. Like, we wanted to blind you with our highlight. And I feel like some of us went a little bit overboard, me included. But now I just kind of like a little subtle, like I want it to show, but I want it to kind of look more like it's coming from within. You know what I mean? So I like to use a fan brush, or no, actually, I really like to use this brush. I think this is the same one I used to contour with. This is the Morphe M532 brush. I think this is like the perfect, either this or the fan brush is like the perfect, I mean, you could do the fan brush or you could do this. It gets a little bit more concentrated, but today I'm gonna use the fan brush. This is the Morphe M310 brush. I'm just gonna dip a little bit of it in here. I like to make a fishy face, you know. Okay. I'm gonna make my ridiculous face. And just gonna, you wanna put it on the highest part of your cheekbone. And just, you know, blend it in. I like to kind of go down so it's not just like a line. And sometimes it turns out to just be a straight up line that looks weird, but I'll go back in and I'll blend it out a little bit better. Actually, I'm gonna go behind with this other brush and just kind of boop, boop, boop. I like to take, again, my little blender and I'll just kind of press it in, blend it in so it just doesn't look weird. I'm gonna now take my Morphe M330 brush and I like to put it on the tip of my nose. I like to put it on my Cupid's bow. Put it right there. And then I like to put it right underneath my brow bone. I always use, this is my favorite mascara. This is a really good mascara if you have very curly lashes and you're wanting to like separate them. Even if you don't have curly lashes, I think this is a really great mascara if you're looking for length and separation, because the wand is very, I don't know how to explain it, but this is what the wand looks like. Hopefully you guys can see that. But this is my favorite mascara so far. And yeah, I just take my time with this. I have really curly lashes, so it's hard to get them to stand out. So I kind of have a routine that I do. I basically coat like normal, and then I actually bring it back around to length, give more length and also separate them. So I'm gonna zoom through this, but I just wanted to show you guys what I do and a little bit explain my technique with it. Okay, so I'm back. I have put on mascara, like several coats. I put it on my top and bottom lashes. I usually put like Fix Plus or some kind of spray just to, basically what I use it for is to refresh my makeup, make my highlight pop a little bit more. So basically if your skin is looking a little bit like powdery, you know what I mean? It's just gonna make it look more skin-like and just refresh it. So I'm gonna use this e.l.f. spray. I think it's called Beauty Shield. The words rubbed off, so I really don't know, but that's what we're gonna use. So let's see. Give it a nice little shake it. And you don't want it too close. There we go. Now is for the last step, for the lips. I like to keep it simple when I'm running out the door. I don't have time for lip liners. I don't have time for lipstick, liquid lipsticks. I don't have time for it. I just need some type of gloss on my lips. And this is the one that I've been loving lately. This is by Essence. It's like $1 or $2. And it's called Shine 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 Wet Look Lip Gloss. And I love it because it does make your lips look wet. I'm just gonna apply my gloss. If you're looking for like that wet look, you want your gloss to look wet, this is it. And it's so affordable. Here is the look. This is my everyday makeup look, the look that I go to when I'm running out the door, but I still want my face to look decent. This is what I do. I still look like myself, but just enhance my beauty. And that's what this video was about. So guys, I hope that this video helped you guys out. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did and you're still not subscribed, take a moment to subscribe to my channel. It means so much to me. And also make sure that you hit the bell so that way you don't miss any content that I post. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.